Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Please subscribe to the channel and also please do like and share and leave your suggestions in the comment section. The events of 3rd November 2024 are follows. Bengali date 17 Kartik 1431. As per Benimadhav Sil Punjika, today's Tithi is Shukla Ditya and up to 2016 hours and after that Shukla Tritiya. Today's Nakhotra is Visakha Nakhotra and up to 0533 hours and after that Anuradha Nakhotra. Today is 308th day of the year. There are then 58 days left in 2024. Today is 44th Sunday of 2024. Today is Bhai Phota, Bhai Dooj. Bhai Phota, also known as Bhai Dooj in other parts of India, is a Bengali festival that celebrates the bond between brothers and sisters. Observed during the Hindu month of Kartik, typically 2 days after Kali Puja and Diwali, Bhai Phota is a day when sisters pray for their brothers' well-being, happiness and longevity. Today is Jamaditya. Jamaditya is observed on Ditya Tithi during Kartik month. Most of the times, Jamaditya falls 2 days after Diwali Puja. Jamraj, the lord of death, is worshipped on Jamaditya along with Chitragupta and Jamaduts, the subordinates of Lord Jamraj. The Aparanna is the most suitable time for Jamaditya Puja. Jamuna Snan is suggested in the morning before Jamraj Puja during Aparannam. Argo should be given to Lord Jama after Puja. Apart from Jama Puja, the day is more popularly known as Bhai Dooj. As per Jamaditya legends, goddess Jamuna fed her brother Jamraj on Kartik Ditya at her own home. Since then, this day is known as Jamaditya. It is believed that sisters who feed their brothers on this auspicious day would be forever Saubhagyavati, and eating at sister's home bestows long life to brothers. Hence on Bhai Dooj, sisters cook sumptuous food for their brothers and feed them with their own hands. Today is Chitragupta Puja. Chitragupta Puja is celebrated on the second day of waxing moon phase in the Hindu lunar calendar month of Kartika, known as Kartik Shukla Ditya. The festival is primarily observed by the Kayastha community of Hinduism. They worship Lord Chitragupta on this day. According to Hindu beliefs, Lord Chitragupta keeps a record of the deeds of all living beings using a pen and inkpot. As a result, during Chitragupta Puja, pens, inkpots and account ledgers are also worshipped. The inkpot is traditionally referred to as Matsyadhara, which is why Chitragupta Puja is often called Matsyadhara Puja. Lord Chitragupta is also referred as Chitragupta Maharaj. In Hinduism, Lord Chitragupta holds a significant place as he is worshipped as the assistant to Lord Jama or Jamraj, the god of death. According to scriptures, Granthas, Chitragupta Maharaj meticulously records the deeds, both known and unknown, of all living beings in the world. Some intellectuals believe that he is called Chitragupta because he records not only the visible deeds, Chitra, but also the hidden ones, Gupta. In Jabalpur city of Madhya Pradesh, there is a 250-year-old temple dedicated to Chitragupta Maharaj. And every year on the next day after Holi, people from the Kayastha community gather here in large numbers to worship him. Another famous temple dedicated to him is located in Khajuraho, another city in Madhya Pradesh known for its Hindu and Jain temples. The Chitragupta temple, built in the 11th century, showcases a stunning architectural style known as the Nirandhara Prasada. Beyond India, Chitragupta is also worshipped in Thailand. Today is World Basking Shark Day. World Basking Shark Day is observed annually on October 3rd to raise awareness about the basking shark, the second largest fish in the world after the whale shark. This gentle giant of the ocean, known scientifically as Cetorhinus maximus, is a filter feeder slowly swimming with its large mouth open to capture plankton. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Virendra Krishna Bhadra, 4th August 1905 to 3rd November 1991. Virendra Krishna Bhadra was a radio broadcaster, playwright, actor, narrator and theatre director from Kolkata, India, and a contemporary of Pankaj Malik and Kazi Nazrul Islam. He worked for the All India Radio, India's national radio broadcaster, for several years during its early starting 1930s. And during this period he produced and adapted several plays. Today he is most known for his soaring Sanskrit recitation and India's oldest radio show, Mahisasur Mardini, 1931, a collection of slokas and songs broadcast by All India Radio Calcutta, now Kolkata, at 4 am in the dawn of Mahalaya. He also acted and directed several plays in Bengali theatre and even wrote the screenplay for the film Nisiddha Fall, 1955. A Bengali short film, Virendra Krishna Bhadra, The Voice, since 1936, was released in 2019 by Halom Digital Media Entertainment Private Limited. Today, that is 3rd November, highlight in history. 1783, the American Continental Army is disbanded. 1793, French playwright, journalist and feminist Olympe de Gouges is guillotined. 1812, Napoleon's armies are defeated at Battle of Bhaijam. 1817, the Bank of Montreal, Canada's oldest chartered bank, opens in Montreal. 1838, the Times of India, the world's largest circulated English language daily broadsheet newspaper, is founded as the Bombay Times and Journal of Commerce. 1848, a greatly revised Dutch constitution which transfers much authority from the king to his parliament and ministers is proclaimed. 1867, Giuseppe Garibaldi and his followers are defeated in the Battle of Mentana and failed to end the Pope's temporal power in Rome. It would be achieved 3 years later. 1868, John Wilkes Maynard, RLA, was the first African American elected to the United States Congress. Because of an electoral challenge, he was never seated. 1881, the Mapuche uprising of 1881 begins in Chile. 1898, France withdrew its troops from Fasoda, now in Sudan, ending the Fasoda incident. 1903, with the encouragement of the United States, Panama separates from Colombia. 1908, William Howard Taft is elected the 27th President of the United States. 1911, Chevrolet officially enters the automobile market in competition with the Ford Model T. 1918, the German Revolution of 1918-19 begins when 40,000 sailors take over the port in Kiel. 1920, Russian Civil War. The Russian army retreats to Crimea after a successful offensive by the Red Army and Revolutionary Insurgent Army of Ukraine. 1929, the Guangzhou Student Independence Movement occurred. 1930, Getulio Vargas becomes head of the provisional government in Brazil after a bloodless coup on October 24. 1932, Panagis Saldaris becomes the 142nd Prime Minister of Greece. 1935, George II of Greece regains his throne through a popular, though possibly fixed, plebiscite. 1936, Franklin D. Roosevelt is elected the 32nd President of the United States. 1942, World War II, the Collie Point action begins during the Guadalcanal campaign and ends on November 12. 1943, World War II, 500 aircraft of the US 8th Air Force devastated Wilhelmshaven harbor in Germany. 1944, World War II, two supreme commanders of the Slovak national uprising, Generals John Gullian and Rudolf Viest, are captured, tortured and later executed by German forces. 1946, the Constitution of Japan is adopted through Emperor's assent. 1949, Chinese Civil War, the Battle of Dengbu, Iceland occurs. 1950, Air India Flight 245 crashes into Mont Blanc while on approach to Geneva Airport, killing all 48 people on board. 1956 Suez Crisis, the Khan Yunis killings by the Israel Defense Forces in Egyptian controlled Gaza result in the deaths of 275 Palestinians. 1956 Hungarian Revolution, a new Hungarian government is formed in which many members of banned non-communist parties participate. Janos Kadar and Ferenc Munich from a counter-government in Moscow as Soviet troops prepare for the final assault. 1957 Sputnik program, the Soviet Union launches Sputnik 2. On board is the first animal to enter orbit, a dog named Laika. 1960 The land that would become the Great Swamp National Wildlife Refuge is established by an act of Congress after a year-long legal battle that pitted local residents against Port Authority of New York and New Jersey officials wishing to turn the Great Swamp into a major regional airport for jet aircraft. 1961 Youth Hunt is unanimously appointed as the third Secretary General of the United Nations, becoming the first non-European individual to occupy the post. 1964 Lyndon B. Johnson is elected to a full term as US President, winning 61% of the vote and 44 states, while Washington DC residents are able to vote in a presidential election for the first time, casting the majority of their votes for Lyndon Johnson. 1967 Vietnam War, the Battle of Dak 2 begins. 1969 Vietnam War, US President Richard M. Nixon addresses the nation on television and radio, asking the silent majority to join him in solidarity on the Vietnam War effort and to support its policies. 1973 Mariner program, NASA launches the Mariner 10 toward Mercury. On March 29, 1974, it becomes the first space probe to reach that planet. 1975 Four Bangladeshi politicians are killed in the Dhaka Central Jail. 1978 Dominica gains its independence from the United Kingdom. 1979 Greensboro massacre. 5 members of the Communist Workers' Party are shot dead and 7 are wounded by a group of Klansmen and neo-Nazis during a death to the Klan rally in Greensboro, North Carolina, United States. 1980 A Latin cargo conveyor CB-880 crashes at Simon Bolivar International Airport in Venezuela, killing 4. 1982 The Salang Tunnel fire in Afghanistan kills 150 to 2000 people. 1986 Iran-Contra affair. The Lebanese magazine As Sira reports that the United States has been secretly selling weapons to Iran in order to secure the release of 7 American hostages held by pro-Iranian groups in Lebanon. 1986 The Compact of Free Association becomes law, granting the Federated States of Micronesia and the Marshall Islands independence from the United States. 1988 Sri Lankan Tamil mercenaries attempt to overthrow the Maldivian government. At President Maumoon Abdul Gayoom's request, the Indian military suppresses the rebellion within 24 hours. 1992 Democratic Arkansas Governor Bill Clinton defeats Republican President George H.W. Bush and independent candidate Ross Perot in the 1992 United States presidential election. 1996 Abdullah Kap, the leader of the Turkish ultranationalist organization Grey Wolves, dies in the Susurluk car crash, leading to the resignation of Interior Minister Mehmet Agar, a leader of the True Path Party. 1997 The United States imposes economic sanctions against Sudan in response to its human rights abuses of its own citizens and its material and political assistance to Islamic extremist groups across the Middle East and East Africa. 2014 One World Trade Center officially opens in the New York City, replacing the Twin Towers after they were destroyed during the September 11 attacks. 2020 The 2020 United States presidential election takes place between Democratic Joe Biden and Republican incumbent President Donald Trump. On November 7, Biden was declared the winner. Thank you very much for your patience.